All right, it's now 7 o'clock, August the 8th. I'd like to declare this select board meeting open. Consent agenda. First thing on the agenda is previous minutes. I would take.
I'll make a motion to accept the previous minutes as presented. Previous meeting minutes as presented.
I wasn't here.
Brenda?
I second that.
There you go. We do have a quorum on that. Terry is abstaining as she was not here. The quorum consists of Brenda Churchill, Lance Lawyer, and Mr. West. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
Any opposed? So be it. Minutes passed. Reports and warrants being passed around. Terry has them now. Brenda will be in the morning. You have a quorum signature for all of them, so you can go ahead and write check.
Okay.
Finance.
The only thing I really have for update you guys on is that I did send out all property tax bills were sent out last week.
Yay.
So those are all those should be coming to you soon.
Yay.
I'm supposed to be happy about that, right? Well, compared.
Other than that, that's all I have.
Has everybody had a chance to look at the account balances?
I have not.
Okay, we can table questions on the account balances until such time as everybody has had a chance. If you, as you're reviewing the account balances and you come up with any questions, just please ask me. We can interrupt the meeting later, okay? Otherwise, we're not gonna hold this up. Now, if I am not mistaken, just for the record, taxes are due on October 3rd this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll post my hours first week of September.
Okay.
And obviously, it's going to depend on when the baby decides to come. If I'm not here, Vera will be here.
Okay. When are you due?
I'm due the 14th of September.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've got 5 weeks left, so anytime. Don't know what.
That was my dad's birthday.
You want to ask about the IRS penalty?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the IRS penalty?
Recording in progress.
There we go.
Just to note, Maria, we did receive information that we should receive the balance of our ARPA funding by the end of the month. So if that shows up, let me know.
Yep, I will. And you guys did see the IRS?
That's all I got.
Yeah, speak the IRS penalty?
Yeah, that was because June was not filed correctly last year. We filed it late when Vera and I started. So
Working
that's,
on
and we're just barely getting that, just like we got
John, there's no sound.
another old penalty.
But you,
Mine
it.
gone.
No, hang on, it mutes her when she, there you go. When it disconnects, it mutes the system.
Gotcha.
So we're having, the laptop's having difficulties running a meeting.
My old laptop?
Your old laptop, surprise. I've already rebuilt it and it still has problems.
Oh, sorry.
That is what it is.
Brenda, I was just telling them about the IRS penalty. I think it was like $400 and something
68 or something like that.
for the late filed June of last year.
And we'll add that into the folder. I'll talk to you either tomorrow or next time I see you.
Okay, sounds good.
428, so
428. I mean, it was 400 and something.
I was way too high.
But anything else? If you guys have any other questions too, you can email me and
okay,
I check
thank
that
you.
usually
So you
every
said
day,
you
every
were
other
gonna
day.
post hours the first week of September or last week of September?
First week of September, I'll post them.
Post hours to collect taxes.
Yes.
Excellent. I have nothing.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. That is hot.
Visitors?
Aren't you loving it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're up first.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
come on,
over there.
come on up.
Okay.
Push the word push on the microphone, at the base of the microphone, it says push and the green light will come on. There you go, you're live.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Kathy, yeah.
how do you do?
I'm well, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I guess, yeah,
She's here for custodian position.
yeah, she is.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember what we had discussed, Terry, and what we hadn't.
Last week.
Did we discuss the salary? It's advertised as the same as it was,
It's
correct?
advertised as 20 now,
Okay,
same as it was.
okay, that was one of my questions. References, do you have any references?
Yes, I emailed Heather Jewett's reference in.
Yes, you did. I did read that one.
Okay.
I think we just wanted to meet her.
Yeah,
At the last
basically.
meeting. We just wanted to meet you and find out.
Do you have questions for us? Seeing as how you're the only
You
applicant,
guys don't know
Right now,
little
you're-
Kathy Cardez?
we're,
She's lived in town her whole life.
we're,
Thank you.
since you're the only applicant, you're probably the most likely applicant to be hired.
Well, okay, that's good.
Do you have questions for us?
No, when do you want me to start, I guess? Like, when are you looking to fill the position?
As,
Like, I don't care when I start, to be honest, I homeschool and
uh-huh,
have a 10,000 square foot garden, so
next week,
this would be great to get out of the
Hold on one
house.
second.
next week?
So,
Hang on a second.
so
Let's
they,
drop that again. 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we need to talk about this too.
When do you think you'd be
Hold on one
coming to
second.
do it, like during the week, what's your day preference?
Hang on
well,
one
aren't we
second. We're
looking
not
for after
recording. 1
Thursday?
second.
It'd be kinda nice.
Hey,
1 second.
We're not recording,
We have
so
to get out of
please.
recording. It
Hold.
dropped out again.
oh, what the heck, John?
All right, hang on.
you,
Recording in progress.
We swapped the laptops and we're paying for it.
okay,
So my question was like, would it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Thursday afternoon, or?
Sorry.
The office is open from Monday through Thursday to noon, but then the listers.
Recording stopped.
oh, try it out loud.
It's,
Recording in progress.
we're good. Can you hear
So-
us, Brenda?
So because the office is closed on Friday, we prefer after it closes on Thursday and have it cleaned by Monday. I'm sorry,
It works for me, I
that works for you.
You're too easy to get along with.
I mean, if something came up and you couldn't do it one week in that time frame, obviously it would be flex. But that's what we'd prefer, is that you come in after we close on Thursday, which is noon.
don't. Okay.
So you got noon on Thursday until 8 AM on Monday, right? She comes in at 8.
Boy, I don't know. That's gonna be tough. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
That'd
you
be
could do
fine.
it anytime within that spot would be great.
And it's
Okay.
3 hours, correct?
I
hours a
believe
week?
that's what it was.
Let
But we'd like
me see.
the office cleaned weekly and this area monthly, please.
Okay.
Unless we have something bigger.
Yeah, we'll
Then-
let you know if something's
It
going on.
used to take her like an hour and a half a week,
Okay.
and then so it was 3 hours for 2 weeks is what she did. You'll
Oh yeah, it's
decide.
every 2 weeks, yeah.
You'll
So
decide
it's 3
what-
hours every
how
2
long it
weeks.
takes you. And then that she
Tammy,
didn't do
Tammy, we
this.
don't want it any longer.
No, I know, but we're
Who's hiring
adding,
this position, our secretary?
we're adding the town hall. You added the town hall part. She never did the town hall part,
No, she didn't.
you know, so there is an
Well, she
addition to
did, but it
yours.
wasn't as often as what we're looking for now.
Right.
I don't think she did. I don't
Because
think she did.
They said that she did if there was an
Yes, she was
actual
asking.
something going on in
Yes.
here.
She was asked to.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
We gotta talk about something.
So we're looking for 3 hours every 2 weeks.
And if you have an
If
issue
you
with
have-
that, come see us. It's
Yes.
simple as that. Come
Yep.
talk to
You
us.
can't get it done in that timeframe.
Come see us.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Want to start next week?
Yeah, this weekend.
Or this week? Or
Yeah, cause I don't think, the custodian came this last week.
Okay. Start Thursday.
Yeah, you all are on mute again.
She's done.
Thursday at noon.
Isn't she already done?
Can you hear us, Brenda?
When did she give us?
Brenda, can you hear us?
I thought that she had said that she would stay until we were.
Yes, there's a lot of hum in the background.
That's what I thought.
I can't do anything about
I
it,
could be
Brenda.
mistaken.
So we should probably reach out to her and make sure her plans are not
Good.
to clean.
Can't hear Jerry.
Tammy said she didn't come in.
She didn't come in, but I can contact her and tell her that the new custodian's starting this weekend.
Thank you very much. Yes, Brenda.
She can't hear Saturday, there's a hum in the background and the thing keeps freezing.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, your mic is picking up a buzz, but I can't hear Jerry at all.
Let me try my other mic. Can you hear me on this one?
Yeah, I can hear you on that one.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yep.
If you continue to have problems, we do have a quorum and we will, I respect the fact that you're trying to be here anyhow. But if it gets too difficult, I understand if you just want to say the heck with it.
No, it's okay. I don't feel great, but I feel okay sitting here.
Okay. All right, Catherine, congratulations. Thank you very much for applying.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to having you work with us.
Thank you. I did a paperwork with Tammy at some point.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
have a good evening.
Probably
Have a good
when come in, she'll have to fill out the W-4, you know,
Yeah,
the treasurer's.
Kathy's, yeah.
And we're up in,
You- Just a reminder.
in time. I'll ask the treasurer to give us
Good evening, Ms. McCall.
Good
You have
evening.
to talk to
I know
Kathy
you
about
must be fighting council,
to
right?
be able to come in and out so you can get in when we're not.
Okay,
You're not gonna want.
back on June 23rd, I sent all of the select board
Thank you.
to 8214 for James L. Stone.
Yeah.
And we had discussion at every select board meeting since then,
Mhm.
but that's still not on the stone. So what's the status of that?
Stalled.
Who's
Quite.
responsible? Who's the one that's working on it?
There is no one working on it right now.
So somebody
We
dropped the
had,
ball.
we had considered asking you if you would take care of the paperwork for us, since you were most familiar with it and had a good number of years working with the government and should be more familiar with it than certainly I am.
Okay,
Is it the government or?
Yeah, it's the
Well, I
armed
think
services.
you've already provided the paperwork that shows that he served, and
Right.
we just, where it was left off was, we didn't know who to contact to, put the portion on the stone. To
You
put
have
that piece on the stone.
three different folks that do engraving on stones.
Yep.
Who did
It's a
the
matter-
stone originally?
It was probably Steve Pluhart originally. The stone was from Barry. It
With
was
the
a
names
direct,
already on it?
with names on it, yes. And those names
I-
were provided by the Department of Defense.
I believe Plouffe has put names on,
He has
since.
since.
That's what I would say.
so
You can compare prices. if
we
you
have a purchasing policy, we need 3 quotes.
Okay, let me get you 3 quotes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. The next one is the Hearse House.
Mhm.
Okay, and I came before the select board, excuse me, once before, asking for ARPA funds on that. And Josh was saying, get volunteers, do this, do that, do something else. And then I went to the ARPA meeting on the 27th. And as I was working on that, I'm realizing that probably shouldn't be doing that. As a cemetery commission person, this is a town building and it's not owned by the cemetery commission. So it's actually the town's responsibility to do it. It'd be like Kathy Weston coming before the ARPA committee and asking for a new furnace to be paid for by ARPA funds for the town hall. It's a town building. It does qualify for ARPA funds. The Hearse House does qualify for ARPA funds.
Oh, so we own it.
You own it. You own it. You have insurance on it. you have liability on it. Your liability is only $10,000. If somebody gets hurt in that building, I don't think $10,000 is gonna make them happy.
So
Right
does it
now-
They're
go,
messing
does it
around
go
on
with
that.
the land over there that the,
It's just a postage stamp that it sits on.
Basically, it's
The
a tricky
land belongs to the town too.
It's right on the park, right on
but it's just around the building?
If you look at the survey pins, because I think the Conservation Committee had their land surveyed when they purchased it. And that's town property too, right, Pat?
I would say so. I wasn't around when they surveyed it, but I know there are pins there, and there was some,
So I'm gonna share with you the estimate that Lyle Willie prepared. And, Lyle has friends that have skills, and they have offered to volunteer their time, but they would need the funds to buy the materials.
Sounds like another fundraiser.
You do fundraisers?
I love fundraisers.
Thank
I
you.
think this qualifies for John's already.
that. I have one, yeah, I thought it was reasonable too.
Yes, it is very reasonable.
That's
And
it.
so I
Yeah, that's
asked
what I
Lyle, I said, what are you talking about for a time frame on this? And he's concerned that there's parts of that building that need to be addressed right off.
I
Especially
would
that
agree.
front porch,
Yeah,
a heavy snow. So,
that second half story and the stairs going up are in pretty poor shape as well.
and there's powder post beetles in there. I noticed that the other day.
Floor Maria Park.
Really? Great.
So, anyway, where Maria parks her zero turn mower, that floor in there is like this. And that's concerning Lyle the most, because you got Devin, her brother, and Maria in there.
So why is she parking her mower in there?
So she doesn't have to trailer it every week or twice a week.
But if it's not safe, we should make sure.
Where is she parking?
In the
Hearse
In the
House.
Hearse House garage,
In the back.
in the back.
Why can't she? Pat, are
There's
are the other two buildings available to park a lawnmower in?
I don't think that,
they're not secure.
that's the problem, there's no door.
Okay.
On either one.
Okay,
But, yeah, I think the garage is probably okay for the moment.
Could
I mean,
we-
safe as it's.
no, if they're gonna work on it, she can't park it there.
The floor, there's a cellar underneath it, right?
It's just crawl space.
No.
It's up on stones.
But it's quite a drop, she said.
And I don't know how quickly they can take care of that to get that stabilized. But that's what this is, to get that building stabilized. He's also got a professional painter that's volunteered his time to paint it once everything is situated. That front porch needs to be rebuilt on the floor, the foundation of that. His concern if there is, you get a heavy snowfall and sitting on that roof, that could collapse, then it would be more expensive.
The prices are very reasonable.
The prices are very reasonable, and he put in there in case of an overrun.
Yeah, we spoke to him during the ARPA meeting.
Mhm.
He was physically here, and I actually said to him, I said, I'm building a deck, and I don't know where he's getting his wood from, but I would love to get it. She's there. She's just not on camera.
Yes, Brendan, high places.
I don't
Well, we're
think
not
we can
gonna
make a
make a
decision
decision
tonight.
on it tonight.
That's
but-
what I was
You
gonna say, I
don't
don't
make a
think we can.
decision on it tonight, but it's just
But
like,
we
it
should
should
we
be
will
a
have to
decision.
look into Maria putting her,
Is there,
didn't know that.
Pat, is there a way to secure one of the other two buildings?
Well, there's no doors on either door, on the big openings. There's no garage door, there's no big doors to lock in. That would be either building.
I actually agree with Terry, it's not safe for her in any condition, let alone a pregnant condition. I
And
don't
not
hurt
only
anybody,
that,
let alone a
she's
pregnant
not-
baby.
She's hired by she doesn't mow for us. She mows
Sounds
for
very-
the
She's
cemetery.
town employee.
Mm-mm.
Not from
How would she be
mowing.
a town
She's
employee?
a
She doesn't work
contractor.
for us.
Contractor.
1099.
Contractor.
They have to supply.
you
But
don't
this.
want
she's a
anything happen to
contractor
your
at a
treasurer,
cemetery.
She
No,
has,
that's why I'm saying, we didn't know she was parking over there, or at least I didn't.
I did not either. We gotta come up with a safer place for her to do that.
You wanna fix, if somebody wants to put a door in their garage, I don't think we'd object. I mean,
I'm just wondering what we could do that would be secure,
Could she put it down on that? with the-
relatively inexpensively.
Could she not use I'll use the term my airplanes use, the works building or the town building down here, right where we park our trucks on?
No, the one
There's no space.
There's no space.
There's no space down here, but we'll have to discuss it, because
Yeah.
we didn't know that that's where she was parking it.
And I don't know how quickly they can get that done.
Unfortunately,
I'd say use
we're
the
gonna
North
have to
Station,
tell
but it's
her-
kind of far away too.
We're gonna have to tell her she can't.
Yes, just gonna have to
Unfortunately,
trailer
at
it
this
until
point,
either it gets
We'll
fixed
have to
or
figure it out.
figure another location.
She'll
Because
have to
you
figure it
can't,
out.
you're risking her every time she parks that thing in there.
Yeah. I did not know. I
Because it's
didn't
not
know
gonna
we
get
owned
fixed
it. I
tomorrow.
thought cemetery owned it.
Excuse me.
Okay, I would like to have the full select board to discuss this. I hate to say it, but if we can get everybody together on the 22nd of this month and have a full discussion. Tammy, would you put this on the agenda for discussion on August 22nd, please? Yes, sir.
It's none of my business to speak up here on this issue, but I was wondering if is it possible somebody near the cemetery would have an accommodation for that tractor? I'd be acceptable.
Probably on a temporary basis.
Temporarily, yeah.
I mean, it might be worth speaking to Mac Noah, he has.
He has a
barn.
barn.
I
Yeah.
don't know how much room he's got, but that's a possibility, yes.
If you take action to get this done, I would do it on a temporary basis.
It's not our,
Are you,
But I've got
Not-
to shuffle.
are you
First of all-
attempting to influence this?
time out, it's not our problem. Unfortunately, it is not our problem.
Well, the building is.
The building is, but her parking her tractor in there where it is unsafe is not.
It's
I
not-
do
it's
agree
not
with
just
Terry.
that,
And I'm
it's-
sorry that
It's not just that,
it's
it's
not just
unsafe.
Maria,
That front
it would
veranda
be
is.
whoever.
Anybody who
Yeah,
utilizes that building, it's unsafe.
we actually,
But it's not up to us to figure out.
It's
Where
up to
she's
you
gonna
to
park.
fix it.
It's up to us to fix it, Linda, but it's not up to us to figure out where she's gonna park her mower. She's hired by the cemetery commission, not us.
Yes, it's your building, get it fixed.
And we can rope it off or whatever until we decide what we're gonna do with it,
And roping it off is not
But-
gonna prevent people from going in there.
but it will protect
Didn't help
us.
you with the academy.
But it will protect us.
No,
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
no.
Not for an insurance adjuster. Nope.
I think what it comes down to is, and it won't be decided tonight, besides where she
Right.
parks her tractor, is do we fix the building or do we just?
That
take the
is
building
why I
down?
suggested that we table this
Yeah.
until we have a
Till
full
the next
select
meeting.
board,
I'm with you.
excuse
I
me,
agree.
until we have a full select board
Yep.
attendance. So I'm trying to get it set up for August 22nd,
Which is our next meeting, right?
which is our next regularly scheduled select board meeting. And Tammy has already put it down for the agenda.
All right.
Okay.
Next.
Thank you very much.
So in the
Yeah.
meantime, we're gonna have to send Maria a letter,
Speak to her tomorrow.
unfortunately.
Oh, she won't be here regularly tomorrow, will she? Not with
It
the,
should be in letter form anyway, though.
yeah.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Well,
Mr. Evans.
Mr. Evans.
howdy. You want to announce myself or something, or do I just, I'm certain that since this is a public.
Mr. Patrick Evans as an unannounced guest.
Well, yeah. Well, I announced myself earlier to somebody, but
Anyway, returning with good news.
We like good news.
Well, you're gonna love this, I can tell you. You'll sleep well tonight. We have been trying to name 3 streams that were unnamed in the town. And just a review, if you'd like to look, you can see them on this. Do you want to take a look again? You're all
I
set?
remember.
Okay. You want
Yeah, no,
to, just
I'm good.
quickly, it's the stream behind the school in the Gulf. That's, we are proposing to have it called School Brook. And the larger stream that these 3 streams feed into, coming off the Heights Hill, we propose to call Page Brook in honor of name of the people in East Fairfield where ultimately all this water enters. And lastly, we were going to name the further brook at the that crosses the Lawyer Road. Yeah, and it's right around the geography of the Lawyer Road and the crossroad. The Heron Brook, for the Heron Rookery that's up there, not knowing, unwittingly, that the brook has a history, that brook was once on the property of one Bub. Larry, you know Larry. Lance's great granduncle, is that correct? Granduncle?
Great uncle.
Great granduncle.
Grandfather, whatever.
Okay.
Great uncle.
He was my grandfather's brother.
And it was
Try that.
it apparently was well known in the district as Bub's Brook, and we feel that's important as a historic marker for this place. So we asked you all to sign a letter agreeing so that the library, who is in charge of this, would prove that this is a good action to take. However, Lance wasn't here at the time, and we found out, thanks to, let me get this convoluted story going on here, thanks to Mary Schwartz at the library, that we cannot name it BUB''S. The library will not name any property or any geographic point with an apostrophe, sort of, indicating ownership. So we had to go back and rename it Bub's. We decided to rename it Bub's, simply BUB''S, and hope nobody's offended by that particular thing. So I came back here to, and if you are, let's come back next month and see. Asking you, I have the letter that you did sign, 4 of you did, Lance wasn't here that night, agreeing to the BUB''S, which I will tear up, and asked that would you consider signing the letter to the Department of Libraries, naming it simply the BUB''S Brook.
Yes.
Certainly.
Okay. That's with a capital B, in case you were concerned about that. So, there's only 3 of you tonight. Shall I leave this to be signed if you're interested, or?
Yeah, leave it with the warrants and
Leave it with who?
the warrants, and Brenda will sign it in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
And Josh will be here,
Sooner or later.
I'm not sure where.
He's
Yeah,
away.
He's away on vacation.
I was gonna say, is he on vacation?
Yeah.
If you're
Our
interested
salary wasn't
True.
gonna be here, but.
in this, we've been working very hard to get everything figured. 25 signatures on the petition, they're not gonna be difficult, it's just about got them all. Any of you would like to sign the petition, I have a copy here. Oh, would you? Okay.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Good.
I'll sign
Thank you. Maybe it'll push us over the top, not that we've been working really hard to get down. I don't think I've signed it yet.
Certainly. That's about.
Yeah, that's just a single.
Okay. And that's all I have to present to you tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lance, do you wanna ask him to confirm that, pollinator garden, is that conservation?
Oh, no, that was from an old grant that I had forgotten about.
Okay,
It's in the town accounts.
got it.
You probably have to
A
look
little
for it.
Bobcat boy.
Yep, I had forgotten about that, and I was reminded
I
earlier.
think they destroyed his gardens, didn't they?
Oh, you talking
They
about-
did when they did, yeah.
When they did that whole
Yes.
road thing.
Yeah, well, it's a long, convoluted story.
Oh, you move it?
They said, yes, go ahead, so we went ahead, and they said, you can't put it there. So we moved it, and as it is, we couldn't put it there because the road builders were gonna be
Right.
leasing the property or whatever. So we moved it to a corner we all agreed upon, but then the road builders came and piled stuff on top of it
Yeah.
anyway, and then we
Oh,
heard
no.
through the grapevine Well, there were no plants there yet. Through the grapevine that it's possible there would be some kind of leach line or something coming through there, and we just decided at some point or other,
Not anymore.
let's go in the park where we have more control than anything. I mean, any day the firemen, for good reason, could say, we're building a new fire department, your garden's gotta go. So we figured, just as a hypothetical, well, we just decided that we've got the place over there, why don't we just put it over there?
Oh, nice.
According to the engineer's report, we won't be needing outside property for a leach field for burning.
Well, let's move it back there then. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Can I have that petition? You're still signing. Okay.
What's a petition for?
We need 25 signatures saying, we, the residents of Bakersfield, believe that this is.
I hate to be a stick in the mud, but, it's upside down.
I've got the colored one here if you want.
Oh, right there.
Yeah. Well, let me correct that. There we go.
They had just so everybody else knows what's going on, but they had a big to-do over the apostrophe in the S. And the petition put it back in the name.
Well, actually, not the petition, but just the cover. The cover letter.
Okay.
Yeah, just the cover letter. We have the cover letter here, we can put on it with the correct. Yeah.
I didn't see anything. Nothing.
Not honey?
Nothing.
You didn't see nothing?
Nothing.
Well, then there was nothing to see, was
There
there?
you go. Can you press the button and turn off that mic for us? Thank you.
Have a good evening, Pat.
Yeah,
Have a good night.
you guys pretty well done?
Well, Matt's not here, road report should be fast.
Pretty vague. Doesn't really say what we're into.
Matt's not here.
Oh, I know what this is for. This is for what we were just talking about, the engineering for Brigham Septic. They did 4 test pits and they rented John's backhoe
Okay.
for
You should
$275.
probably put that on there that it was a
Or,
backup, because it doesn't say anything.
no, it does not. Good catch. There you go. I think we'll forego the road report. Mr. Nguyen is not here tonight. He's recovering from surgery he had on Friday. Go on to board business. There is no new mail.
The only thing I have to say on the roads is I've been traveling, because my mom's in Morrisville. I've been coming over
Oh, I'm sorry.
Waterville Mountain.
How is she doing?
She's doing slow, but she's getting there.
She's
So
at
she's
rehab
gonna
now?
be, at least she's alive.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because boy, did she ever hit hard. But she's got a broken neck, 6 broken ribs.
Oh,
She had a huge hematoma on her leg. She's pretty purple from her neck to her toes. She's got bruises like this everywhere. Her whole stomach is all bruised.
thank God she's still alive, and please tell her we're praying
But I
for her.
tell you what, seatbelts and airbags are probably what kept her with us. And maybe my father, maybe he didn't want her up there yet, I don't know.
She's one feisty lady.
She is feisty. She had all those nurses loving her. But Waterville Mountain,
Getting old.
horrendous.
There's a lot of roads. These heavy rains we've been having have been raising hell with them, with the gullies on it.
That, and it looks like where we had the new,
Mhm.
it looks like that's washing right out.
It's not as compacted as the rest of the road. It will wash out easier, yes. And it'll be a maintenance problem for a few years, yes.
So who owns by what I call the bear's den?
I'm not
The
sure.
big rock that shoots out, you know?
Yeah.
Cause that's terrible. The potholes could just about eat your car away. So we might want them to go up and take a little look at what's going on that road.
Okay. Anything else?
It's the only road I've traveled.
Okay. As I said, review mail, we didn't have any new mail. External audit, we'll table that until we have a full select board. Municipal tax rate has already been set.
Yeah.
Brigham Academy update. No,
It's just someone dropping.
okay.
At Trudell's, we get reimbursed, right? This
Yeah, that's the one I
Trudell's
asked you
Consulting
about.
Engineers.
Yes, that is also for
Both the
those test
Brighams?
pits. That's the engineering firm that's handling the design of the septic system.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
About 2 weeks ago, this Trudell Engineering dug 4 test pits at Brigham and found the soil to be very acceptable. There should be no problem with a conventional septic system for the number of units that are planned for in Brigham. So,
And we couldn't use the one the school had done? No.
we don't even
Too
know where it
many
is.
years?
The darn tanks, they found them when they dug out for the new parking lot. And we had a set of plans, they're not anywhere near where the set of plans said they would be. Yeah. So, the
That's
exit, the
interesting.
force main goes out toward, generally where the new school septic system is, somewhere around in that area. So, unsure of what it was, where it is, and the condition it's in. The engineers
You
made
mean
a
the
deal,
old
yeah,
septic?
let me finish, yep. The engineers decided that those tanks could possibly be an asset in the future, and they asked the SU to save them and just pave over them, so that they could be accessible later if it was decided they were needed. Now,
So you're talking the old tanks is what they found?
Yes.
That's behind the school?
it's in between the schools.
Oh, in between?
Yeah, no, they buried it today, didn't they, recently. Until recently, you could see them sticking
I
out
always
there
thought
like
they
a
were
sore
behind
thumb.
it. And the new site was.
Well, that's where the plans show them.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're not there.
Right.
On July 28th, I had a meeting with Kathy Lavoy and Paul Dreher discussing the next phase. The next phase is the implementation stage. This is going to require a declared owner for the building, and that owner, in order to be eligible for many of the grants, will have to remain the same for the next 20 years. There are several options being discussed, including the town still owning the building. Paul Dreher will be here on August 22nd's meeting to discuss some of these and to give us an update.
Okay, so that's on the agenda as well?
Yes, please.
Well, maybe we should sell it the way real estate is right now. That would be scary to not, if nothing's been there yet, to not. I mean, what if they don't come through with it?
Cathedral
We'd
Square
have to,
declined. For one, there were some others.
They declined what?
To the opportunity to own it.
Oh.
What happened to Heidi's group?
Who's
With
group?
Tim Smith.
Tim Smith is still involved. Heidi is still involved and probably will still do the physical work on the building.
Mhm.
Okay. There has been some changes in Heidi's accessibility to state grants. And that's all that I'm willing to discuss right now. She will still be involved in the project, and Paul Dreher, as I said, he's the architect of record, and he's headed up this information gathering that we've been doing for the last several months, as far as engineering and both structural and civil. And he'll give a complete report then.
So if we declare ourselves as owners still,
Yes,
what's our obligation for financial piece?
we would still be relying on grants to do this project. At this point, other than some in-kind, the grants have covered, or will cover, everything the town of Bakersfield has spent. Now, I have some in-kind work that I have to write up and declare. I think our share was $2,000. But we're donating the building too. So that's a huge chunk. So. What else?
Did you say the next stage is the implementation stage?
Yes, we need to acquire some implementation grants, which would allow us to actually start work on the building. Will be a presentation on 8/22 Select Board meeting. Public engagement is planned for 10/1. Okay, they are going to have a public meeting. It is hoped to be on the green. We haven't decided whether there will be or will not be access to the interior of Brigham. Right now, we're considering access to only the common area, what we used to call a study hall, lunchroom, or it went by many names, because safety. We'll have to get a generator, we'll have to get some lights. Obviously, boarding up all the windows makes
This is
it
for what?
rather dark in there.
Why do you want access to that room?
This is for the public engagement.
Public engagement.
Okay. As I said, that's on October 1st. We're trying to get some public interest. I will be talking to your group at the, what do you call? Brenda, what's your group called? No,
No, the other one, for the
That's
store.
for the store.
Coal Community Collective.
thank you. And to see if they would like to sell hamburgers and hot dogs. I've contacted the church to see if they want to sell pies.
You think you're gonna get that kind of crowd?
It's going to be advertised. And Linda will make sure there's people there.
That's a huge investment for some
They're talking about
nonprofit.
having some music, a local band.
Oh, well, that might make a difference.
Okay.
Music and food always bring people together.
So where do you
We have a lot of musicians.
Huh?
We have a lot of musicians in town.
I know.
I also,
My last week.
my next meeting
Before.
will be with Paul and Kathy Lavoie. It's at K-Tech, August 17th at 10:30. If anybody is interested in going with me, contact me, please.
August 17th, you said?
Yes. K-Tech, isn't that,
K-Tech's in Richford.
it is.
Okay.
Isn't K-Tech right where the old drive-in theater used to be?
Just past.
Right in front of them.
Yeah, go up with you, Lance.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I made reference to that to Kathy Lavoie, and I thought she was of my era. And she said, "What drive-in theater?" I said, "Okay." Okay.
It's right across from the new Border Patrol,
Okay.
right in that area.
All right, that's cool. So, as I mentioned before, and Paul can go into this in more detail, in order for some of these grants to be accessed, it would be better if it was the town and whoever owns it needs to own it for a period of 20 years in order to even be eligible to get these grants.
Are you saying that the town should own the building for the next 20 years?
It's up for debate, but it was brought up at the meeting, and I was told that the town should consider it.
How does that work when you start renting out the,
I'm not the right person to ask that.
I wonder if we would own, they would lease from us and then sublet out to each of the different individuals who would join or live there.
We haven't discussed it that far yet.
I was just curious. We weren't close to that day.
No.
How many units did you say again?
I think the latest number was 22 units there.
22 units?
Yeah. And that was,
And that's all housing, none of it would be any type of like municipality, rooms or
no, that's,
total housing?
no, that is not
No?
true.
Okay,
The auditorium has to be maintained, and so doesn't the common room downstairs have to be remained, the one with the 4 pillars, the study hall. That has to be maintained basically as is, and they could be public meeting areas. And the school could go back to putting on shows up there if
right,
they wanted to. But that area,
but it could be their common area too.
it could be, yes.
A lot of those places have them,
Yep, absolutely.
you know, they'll do potluck.
But I mean, a
dinners
multi-purpose room, I mean,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
fine, we're gonna have look, guys, we're gonna have a show here in a couple of weeks. We've been watching them every day, and that's probably what they'll do. They'll watch them practice up there
Mhm.
So they're still talking 3 floors?
in the gymnasium area, yes. We're gonna lose the gymnasium, yes. Some sacrifices have to be made. I think the latest talk, honestly, was we will lose one of the staircases. They were talking about putting the elevator in there.
Well, that makes sense.
That sounded,
And honestly,
that's fine.
it makes more
I'm
sense
gonna
to,
ride that banister
the-
one more time.
you better be careful.
You'll be next to your mother.
Well, splinters were.
It might hurt a little more than it used to, Terry.
I will not jump that railing of the gymnasium though.
No, we all used to do that. Oh my. Anyhow, that's what I have for now. I would suggest if you want more information, be here for Paul Drayer's presentation on the 22nd and be prepared for a longer than usual meeting.
Sounds good.
And I'll keep you updated on information about the public engagement. Again, which is trying to have that on October 1st.
Isn't that fireman doing something?
They don't do a fall event anymore.
They just advertised something.
Is that what?
Oh, that was a
A safety day.
safety day. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, when is that?
Don't remember. It's in
That would've been
community
nice.
forum.
To have,
The fire department, did you say, Karen?
Yeah, they have something.
yes, fire department.
Scheduled for safety day.
Oh, what's it? That was on Bakersfield.
Did you do sausage night?
I missed that, but boy, that sounded like fun.
Bakersfield Volunteer Fire Department Safety Day is on September 10th. At the elementary middle school. On September 10th, 11 to 3.
And that's Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Pauline.
She passed away? Oh, I did not know that. When?
Who did?
2 days ago?
Pauline Moyer?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know she didn't live long.
You know, Mom spent her last 2 nights with her daughters with her. Anyhow,
Gosh,
moving
I'm
on.
trying to remember that.
Any new, no, we decided to award that contract, didn't we?
Roadside mowing?
Roadside mowing, I apologize, yes.
Yeah, I think part of,
Yes, that is
Yes.
awarded.
I thought we did.
East Bakersfield culvert update, there is no, we have no new information on that. Is that true, Brenda?
As I know, yes.
The Buska plow bill update, that will be discussed when FEMA funds start being loosened up and actually being sent. Town hall furnace, and we did not have a FEMA line here for a report, but I will give you a brief. We have been turned over to the state of Vermont Emergency Management, who has our FEMA money, Federal Emergency Management money, in a bank and is earning interest off of it. And they want us to jump through some more hoops. And Mac and I are currently working on that. A little delay because Mac had surgery, but we're getting back together tomorrow. But I forgot tomorrow was an election day, and all our records and everything are here, so that probably will be postponed till Wednesday.
I forgot tomorrow's.
We're pretty close to getting what we need sent back. It's both mostly for Whitney and Waterville Mountain. As with the mitigation changes in the plan turned into quote-unquote large projects, and they actually physically go over every bill and everything on the large projects. Small projects, you're done, you turn it over. Yep, we're all done on that one. And they'll review it, check it out, and let you have, we've been paid for most of them anyway. The little projects.
Yeah.
The biggest projects are, and I can give you that if you're interested. If not, just tell me to shut up.
Shush it. No, just kidding. It was Whitney, right?
Yeah, I was gonna give you the numbers.
Oh,
Go slow.
Yeah.
Full copy.
Right. What our 90% share for 169693, which is the general project with scattered gravel all over town from Lost Nation to Crossbrook, literally everywhere. Their share to pay us is 48,696. 141,075, which is Waterville Mountain Road. Let me double check on that. Yep. Is 121,128. And 141,063, which is Whitney Road, is 156,114. That one may go up slightly, not a huge amount. But that's what they owe us now. That's 464,000. After that, it's the bridge. From my rough hen scratching calculations, it looks like we're going to come out all right. Everything will be paid for. And then there's a Cat Z at the end, which is pay the town for management. That's for repay the town for Mac's work in managing it, working with me, and my work in there too, which the town has not paid, except for a small amount in the fall of 19. Okay, oh, and by the way, they changed the federal share from 75% to 90%. Oh, don't worry, they got us in the end. So the state of Vermont said, well, we don't have to pay so much. And they dropped their share.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Use their savings.
But we were already paid 3 small projects for a total, I don't know. We were paid for the 75% on 3 of the small projects, but they owe us the difference, which is another $22,500.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, I don't remember if we were officially in a meeting at that point or not. They are close to dropping the deck on that bridge. It should be in the next couple of weeks. At that point, that bridge will be considered, I believe, 90% done. And Blow and Cody will be submitting another bill. Okay. The completion deadline for this project is September 15th. And right now, Mac and I are hopping on one foot and onto the next foot, wondering whether we should apply for another extension. We've already applied for 2 because Blow and Cody has had difficulties hiring people to do the work. And that's where we are with FEMA.
You had to apply for an extension for who, the state?
That would be the
Or
state,
through the
yes.
state?
Yes.
Do they fine them when they're not completed on time?
Oh,
or- No.
How difficult is it to file the extension?
It's not, as long as you've got a good reason.
What it, the negative side of just filing and saying, we need an extension, and they actually hit the target date?
We were told to wait till at least the middle of this month, which is coming up close, before we made that decision.
Okay.
But we're getting a little, our engineer, Tyler Billingsley, says that he feels that he's confident that they'll be done by the end of this month, which gives them 2 weeks extra. But they've fooled us before.
Little faith, I hear you.
Right, unless John has any others.
John has no others.
John!
I make a
Slipping.
motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
Motion been made to adjourn this meeting and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Brendan Churchill, voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So be it. Thank you, everybody.